In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I was able to generate over $49,000 in profit from a 41-second long TikTok video. Before we get into this, I'll show you my earnings from this video just so you know that everything is legit. So the video that we're talking about today, I've made just over $49,000 from. And what's funny is I've actually made over 100 grand in profit from my 3 pinned videos on this account. Here's the second one with 21 grand in profit, and the third one, which for some reason won't show my earnings, but I made about 40 grand from this video. All right, here we go. So we are on my main TikTok shop account here, Big Fat Deals with a Z if you have never seen it. And this is the video that we're going to be going over today. This one right here on the top left with 16 million views. Let's watch this video together and then we will break it down. Can you stick it in your other ear? Let's do it. Here we go. We got the earwax removal tool with the camera on the end of it so we can see what is inside of my ear. And there it is. That's all earwax buildup. Okay, there's a little bit of gunk in there. So we just kind of scoop away at it. Oh, that actually feels so good. Let's see if I can get this one out. Oh, if you want one of these, I got mine on TikTok. I paid around 20 bucks for it. All right, I think we got it. Let's see if we can get this out. There it is. That is so gross. If you still use Q-tips or if you don't clean your ears at all, you should really look into grabbing one of these. They're super affordable, but they only have a couple left in stock, so I will link it below. And there it is. That's the video that ended up making me just over $49,000 in profit. So let's go ahead and break this down. I'm going to start with the hook here, and this is pretty simple stuff. And I think that most of you probably have a decent understanding of it, but for the people that are newer to TikTok Shop, I'm going to break it down briefly. So we'll play the hook one more time. Can you stick it in your other ear? Let's do it. And that's all it is. Really, really simple. But the thing that I want to point out here is the fact that I'm not just using one hook. Instead, I'm using what I call the hook trifecta. Now, you've probably heard people talk about this before, and it's for a good reason. It's really, really simple, and it's also effective at the same time. So basically what the hook trifecta is using 3 different hooks instead of one. So in addition to your verbal hook, which is what you're saying, you're also using a text hook, which is right up here, and a visual hook. So for my example, it's pretty simple. I've got my text hook and my verbal hook, which are the same thing. Can you stick it in the other ear? And then for the visual hook, I'm close to the camera. I've got my flash on, so everything looks nice and bright. And then in addition to that, I've got this pretty cool little blue light in the background, and then my monitor right back there. Just more stuff for people to look at while they're watching the video. Because remember, your goal when people scroll onto your video is to kind of hook them into watching it for even longer, and ideally, of course, watching the entire video. But that's all you're really doing, trying to get their attention. And my goal there was to get people to keep watching just for another couple of seconds until they saw this earwax. And that was where I knew I would really hook people in. And that kind of leads me into the next thing I was going to talk about, which is why this video actually went so viral. Again, over 16 million views. And this is all it really is. It's the earwax here, or the fake earwax, because just for the record, that's not real earwax. The inside of my ears definitely do not look like that. It's just something that looks similar to earwax. And I knew that it would gross people out and get people talking in the comments, which is, if you don't already know this, getting engagement like that, people commenting on your videos, can boost your videos like crazy on TikTok. And you can kind of see it in the comments here, like this one, for example, with 13,000 likes. That's insane. This guy said 0 chance that was real. And the interesting thing about this is, if you look through all of these comments, you'll see that it's kind of broken down into like 2 different people. There's like one type of person that is commenting about how it's not real and it was totally faked, like this one right here, or like this one, it's crazy how that wasn't earwax, what a poser. And then on the other hand, you have people that thought it was real earwax and were commenting about just how gross it was. And yeah, that was the goal. I knew what I was doing with this. I knew that it would gross people out, and it would get people to go to the comment section and tell me what they thought about it. Another reason why I like doing that is because, like, as your videos go viral, it creates kind of this snowball effect where you get more and more comments. And as people view your video, whether they leave a comment or not, a lot of them are going to the comment section and just scrolling through those comments just to see what people are saying about the video. And while they're doing that, your video is playing in the background. So that is contributing to your watch time, and that will lead to TikTok pushing out your video to more and more people, because that just tells TikTok that something about this video is engaging and people are enjoying it and watching it. So yeah, that is why this video went so viral. And let's talk about my product choice here really quickly. So again, I'm promoting this earwax removal tool. It connects to your phone and it shows you what's inside of your ears. Pretty simple to use. Most people use this to remove earwax. And the thing is, I was actually promoting this in 2023, right after TikTok Shop was released in the United States. And my first mega viral video was with this product. I think I posted that video the night before Black Friday. And on Black Friday of 2023, that video jumped up to like 40 million views. And I ended up making over $250,000 in profit in just one day from that video. But circling back here, the video that I was making at that time is basically this exact same video that you're watching right now. And the goal has always been to kind of just gross people out and get people talking. And one thing that I want to point out here, if you guys are wanting to bait comments in your videos, kind of like what I'm doing here, is that you can't chase it too hard. Like if you chase that too hard, you're going to end up going viral, but having low conversions. And you see that fairly often. Like I see it myself. I've even experienced that myself. Like you'll get 1 or 2 million views on a video, but if you leaned like too far into one thing and really pissed everyone off, for example, or just made people angry, you're going to get engagement, you're going to get comments, and you're going to get views, but you're not going to get sales. And that is what matters. We're not here on TikTok Shop just to get views. We are here to make money. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Don't chase that kind of stuff too hard. Now, before we move on to what I did to maximize profits after going viral, I want to talk about the call to action that I used in this video really quickly here for the people that are newer to TikTok Shop. So let's play that back one more time. That is so gross. If you still use Q-tips or if you don't clean your ears at all, you should really look into grabbing one of these. They're super affordable, but they only have a couple left in stock, so I will link it below. Again, pretty simple. I'm basically saying, hey, to my target audience, if you still use Q-tips or if you don't clean your ears at all, which by the way is most people, I have a solution for you. I have a fix for your problem, and it's affordable. It's pretty cheap. It's only 20 bucks on the TikTok Shop, so it's not gonna break the bank. But on top of that, they're low on stock. So if you want this cheap, affordable solution to your problem, you have to buy it right now from my video. So I'm just creating a sense of urgency, a sense of scarcity to increase conversions, to get more people to buy this product from my video. And one other thing, I think I forgot to mention this earlier in the video, but I'll tell you guys how I actually came up with the idea for that hook. So this is a product that I was promoting for a little while, the Forgotten Home Apothecary. And I kept seeing these videos just like this. With the text at the top, a lot of times they're not saying anything. You'll even see people like biting into a carrot or an onion or a cucumber or something like that. This is one of the guys that I saw quite a bit doing this. But it's just a text hook at the top. You're not responding to a comment. Nobody asked that question. You're coming up with that question on your own and you're using it as the hook in your video to get people engaged and to get their attention. So that's all I really did here. I said, can you stick it in the other ear? And it worked well. This was actually the first video that I posted using that hook. And again, it has over 16 million views. And that kind of evolved into other things like, for example, can you stick it in the other ear, or can you stick it deeper into your ear, or how deep can you stick it in? Things like that, just to get people's attention and get them to watch your video. And this kind of goes to show like how I got this idea for my video. This is a lot of what TikTok is, and I think what TikTok should be. Like you go out and you kind of sift through all of the content that's out there and you identify what is working, just like this. And you take that, you don't just copy it word for word. You take that and you figure out how you can apply it to whatever style of content you're making or whatever product you're promoting, and you figure out how you can make it better. So again, that's just something to keep in mind for everyone. Now, before I talk about what I did to maximize profits after going viral, I want to mention this. So we've got a couple of the people in my coaching program right now that basically went to my accounts after they joined, and all they really did was remake my videos. So you can see with Drake right here, for example, this was one of the first videos he made, 34 million views, another one with 17 million, 30 million, 22 million, 6 million, and the list goes on. all from just remaking my videos. This almost feels illegal. It's just way too easy. Another example right here is with Knopf, 10 million views right here, 1.4 million, 1 million. This is another style of video that I made a couple months back, almost 1 million views on this. And then one of the girls that just joined my coaching program started remaking these videos, and she had one pop off, and we're only 23 days into February and she's already made almost $20,000 in profit from doing this. It's not as simple as just like remaking someone's videos. There's a little bit more to know. Like with the earwax removal tool videos, for example, people have always asked me what I'm using to fake the earwax, and everyone in my coaching program knows because I put them onto this. I explain to everyone exactly how I'm doing this, and I tell everyone what I'm using to fake the earwax. And that's just an example, but everyone in the coaching program knows what I'm trying, so they know when something doesn't work to avoid it. And when something does work, they can just remake it on their own until they kind of get their feet off the ground and can start creating content on their own, like coming up with new ideas on their own, because that is always when you're going to make the most money. Like not when you're copying people or copying trends. It's when you're creating trends yourself. Like for example, with this earwax removal tool video, when I made this back in 2023, if I was copying other people that were doing this, I wouldn't have made $250,000 in profit in one day. I probably would have made like a decent amount of money, but the person that made that video first would have made the most money. That's always how it goes. Because when you're the first to create something like this, you have the chance to really milk it because you're so early onto it. And then you can do exactly what I've done here, which is basically creating that video over and over and over. Now circling back to what we were talking about, which is how I maximized profits after going viral. So the first way is by replying to comments, and you can't see it on the desktop, so I'll show you it right here. But if you look through the comments on my viral video, you'll see that I responded to a lot of these with new videos. And I did that for 3 different reasons. And the first reason is pretty simple. It kind of gives you ideas on what you can make content about next. Like for example, with the earwax tool, someone could ask, what is the flashlight for? How long does the battery last? Or how do I know this is safe to use at home? Those are questions that potential customers will have. So when you can answer those questions in other videos, it just leads to more sales. Now, the second reason that I like responding to comments is because it can kind of create this funnel that people can go down. Like for example, if I was on a phone right now, I could click this comment or tap this comment, and it's going to give me the option to watch the original video. Now, assuming your content is like good enough to binge watch, people could go from watching one video to another video, to another video, to another video, which is just good in general for your account, because watch time is one of the most important metrics, if not the most important metric on TikTok. So that's the second reason why I reply to comments. And the third reason is because, and this is probably the most important part, it can kind of retarget your original audience. So for example, like if someone watched this video and they didn't end up buying the product for whatever reason, but I responded to a comment and they got retargeted in the second video, the chance of them making a purchase after seeing the product again just goes up. And the last thing that I did to maximize profits after going viral here was, again, pretty simple. I sent ad codes to sellers on TikTok Shop, and they say to TikTok, hey TikTok, take my money and put this video in front of more people. So when that happens, as the creator of the video, it's actually really neat because you're getting traffic and free engagement, and most importantly, sales on that video, all for free. You make the video once and then you're going to be getting views, comments, likes, and commissions coming into your account, and you don't even have to work for it. So that is it. I think I'm going to wrap this video up here. I hope everyone learned a lot, and I will see you in the next one.